New York and on the new Hot 97 app. Ebro in the morning on Hot 97.
Ebro in the morning, Laura Styles and Rosenberg. Hopefully I pronounced your last name right. First name Francis.
You better pronounce it right.
Ngnannou.
Ngnannou.
There you go. See, I did good.
Yeah, we're good.
Yo, we just started the interview. Why you threatening me already, man? Come on,
No,
son.
I didn't thank you.
UFC heavyweight Francis Ngnannou, who, by the way, will fight Cain Velasquez on February 17th on ESPN.
Yes.
Big fight for you?
Yes, it is a big fight for me. You know, Cain Velasquez is like the best heavyweight all the time. And then I've been waiting this fight for like 2 years. So now I get it. I better do it well.
So there was a ton of hype around you. You had some marquee wins. People were super psyched. And then you ran into Stipe Miocic, and that was a tough fight for you. And people started to question, no one ever questioned your strength, but they started to question, is Francis Ngannou capable of going deep in a fight? Have you changed your training philosophy, anything like that, since the losses you had in 2018?
I think that wasn't about training, that was a learning process. I get into this sport very early, and then I rise very fast. So there were a lot of things that I didn't know how it was. I never been an athlete in my life until when I started MMA. I was 27. So I didn't know how athlete's life is.
You had never been an athlete until you were 27.
Yes.
And how old are you now?
32.
And you're competing at the highest level of heavyweights in MMA.
Yes.
Yo, man, shout to Africa, man. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Cameroon.
Africa.
What inspired you to start training and taking it serious?
So that was that is a life story. When I grew up at 6 years old, my parents divorced. They get divorced. And then when I went to my auntie or people around, I start to realize how they are talking about my dad, and it wasn't that good because my dad used to fight all over. He was strong, beat people everywhere, it was just a mess. And then he has a bad reputation for that because people will say, so you're his son. Well, that hurts. And then I was 6 years old. I didn't know exactly what life is and what I want to do in my life, but right away I know what I don't want to do. I don't want to do what I don't want to be like my dad. I don't want to have the same reputation, and then I keep that up. Just be careful about my reputation, and then going to school, it was pretty hard to me because by the age of 10, I started to work to the sandmine to pay my scholarship, to buy my books, stuff like that. And it seems like it wasn't enough because sometimes they're going to take me out to the school because I didn't have pen to write or a book to write into it. So it was shameful. And then at some point I get frustrated, to be like rejected by other kids. Like they look at you like, you're not.
Have you poor.
Yes.
Is this in Cameroon?
Poor. Yes, it was in Cameroon. Like, you don't deserve nothing. I mean, even though you're working hard than them, I never have a vacation. I never have a holiday. I never had a holiday because it was a time for me to work and then expect to have something to go to pay my scholarship, to have a right to school. So all that together, kids started to look at me like, like I'm the last one. Then I question myself. I'm like, no, I'm not the last one. I mean, I work hard than them, even though I can come to school with a nice shoes, with a nice clothes or new books, stuff like that. But I still work hard than them. It's just a bad luck. I just don't have luck as them to be. I'm just a normal kid, and I deserve what all of them have. And right there, that sadness in me built this. I want to do something that to show those kids that I'm not the last one. It's just a life, I deserve something better than that. So plus the fact that my family my dad was violent, and I didn't want to be violent as my dad, but I still love like everything with power in it. So I want to figure out what exactly I want to do. Then I came out with boxing. Then and in the small village, no chance, no way to start sport, not opportunity at all. I keep dreaming. Then I left school at 17 because I couldn't do it again. It was just it wasn't easy.
With the money?
Yes, a fact of money, Then after that, I stayed trying to work, trying to get some job around. And the age of 22, I just like, man, I have enough to survive. I'm not born to just survive, to just be a victim of life. I'm going to try my dream, I'm going to do what I like. Doesn't matter how it goes, well or not, but at least I will try and then take away a regret, a culpability. So I left everything and we changed the town, went somewhere to start boxing. Then people thought I was crazy because in Cameroon, they didn't know nobody who succeeded in it. There are some few one who tried, and then who was very good, but not opportunity, no chance.
So how'd the opportunity come? How'd you get the chance?
I create the opportunity because I realized, because after 1 year doing boxing, I get sick. Then I realized that I'm by myself and I could not do it right there in Cameroon. Also, I couldn't have a visa to go somewhere else, Then I find a way to leave because I knew that to succeed, I have to leave. Doesn't matter what it takes. I have to leave. Then I left. I didn't know where I was going, but I have to go. I left the country.
And where did you go?
I work country over country, through country by country. Nigeria, Niger, Algeria, Morocco, stuff like that, and find a way to Europe. After like 40 months, I made it. Then that was a land of opportunity. When I made it in Europe, I was homeless and I didn't care. I saw people that was like, why? It's hard to be homeless. There was like having mercy for me. I'm like, what are you talking about? Man, I have my opportunity here. I'm in the land of opportunity. And they were like, yes, you people coming from Africa, you think Europe is a heaven or something like that. And I'm like, I'm not expecting to have meet heaven somewhere in the world, but I think, I believe that I can create my own heaven by myself as soon as I have opportunity. And this is the opportunity that I'd be looking for.
We hear these stories, obviously, what's going on in Europe with the migrant stories and Brexit, what's happening here in America at the border, right? And, a lot of people are very vocal about finding out ways to help people who are migrants and want to enter and work and contribute to society in a positive way, right?
Yes.
And then you have people who just want to shut everything down and not allow people opportunity. Did you run into a lot of that as you were making your moves from Cameroon all the way up through
Yes,
West
we
Coast
run
Africa?
a lot of that. I mean, like the coast from Morocco to Spain, I mean, have the highest security out there.
Tangier and all that's crazy, right?
Tangier, Melilla, Ceuta, they have the highest security there from the Morocco side and from the Spain side. They have like, in Morocco, Europe financed some army court just for migration.
Yeah.
So they are there with the high-tech, high-tech technology, everything, like, yes, to make people to not come in. So that's why it's very hard. You don't have nothing, but you have to go.
So for people who don't understand, right?
Yes.
You're in the Cameroon, you have a dream.
I have a dream.
right? And you're working on that. You're even going to school. You're figuring out you're working as a 10-year-old to pay to go to school,
Yes.
right? Because they don't public schools. It doesn't work like that.
No.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like
so,
that.
How hard is it to get the proper documentation,
To get to Europe?
to get to Europe, or to get to what's the money, and how hard is it to even just fill out the paperwork and actually do it? Because everybody's like, well, just do it the right way.
Right.
Yes, I mean, you have to be have a good job, but like be in the decent situation with a good family, stuff like that. And I didn't have none of that, and I wasn't even close. I realized that if I want to ask a visa, they're going to ask me, where do you going to stay? What are you doing like job? I don't even have a job. I don't have a regular job. I don't have a pay. I don't have a bank account. So you're asking a visa to go somewhere that you can't even pay the hotel, nothing. It doesn't make sense. No one will give you that visa, you know. Then some people who have a decent life, they can have visa, you know.
But if you don't have anything, you just
You don't have anything. You don't have anything. Like even you, if you want to go, like let's say you want to go in Europe, the visa won't be very hard for you. I mean, you might not need visa, but you have to check about your hotel, transportation, your food, everything, and then get sure of that before go, because it's normal. And that's why that's what they're gonna ask you in the consulate, you know.
So how did Dana White and UFC find you?
I mean, when I went in France, then the next day I walked to the boxing gym. It was in June 2013, because I was just excited to have some place to train. I met those people and I told them, like, I just came from Africa. I don't have no money. I don't have no place to stay, because I found some parking around, and I was sleeping there, and I was very happy about it. I told them everything, and I'm like, I just want a place to train, because my dream is to become a world champion, you know. And he was funny, like someone was like, yes, this guy's crazy or what, like, he doesn't have nothing. He just came work here and say he want to be a world champion. He thinks that we don't want to be too.
Right.
You know?
Everyone wants to be world champion. Right.
Yes, and then we've been working hard for it for a long time. But I still have training, because the guy in front of me, he was very kind, and he looked at me, he gave me credit, and yes, you look like a damn strong guy. Let me talk to the main coach, and I'm gonna reach out to you and tell you what is going on. And then, like 3 days after, he called me and told me, yes, the coach approved it, so you can come train with us. You know.
And that was the beginning.
That was the beginning.
And now,
and then we trained like a few weeks, and he told me that, you know, man, you have a potential. You're a very good boxer, but like now, you want something like to rise very quick, to have who can bring you a quick income. Since you are in that situation, you have to change your situation. But I don't think boxing is exactly what's gonna bring it to you in France, because boxing in France, you know, is not that good. But you know, there are some sport who can help you for that, which is MMA. Then that's when I say, what is MMA? He started explaining me what is MMA, because I didn't know what MMA was. And then I was like, well, I don't want it. I don't want that stuff. I want boxing. I want like Mike Tyson, you know. Mm-hmm. And it took like few months, and when the gym was about to close for the holiday, I found some gym, which is the MMA factory. Yes, I found that gym, and I told them what is going on, or what this guy told me about MMA. And I was like, yes, you know, that your friend, right? You look like you're built for MMA. You should try it at least if you don't like it, but try it. I'm like, well, okay, I'm gonna do boxing, also try MMA, and things just keep making himself.
And now on the 17th on ESPN, you're against one of the greatest to ever do it, Cain Velasquez. I got to tell you, it's impossible not to root for you. You're one of the nicest guys I've ever met. So really looking forward to watching you on the 17th. I've enjoyed watching you before, but I hope you get the win on the 17th, man.
I hope.
Yo, and come back to New York, man. I'd love to have more talk.
Yeah,
with you,
we
man.
want to
Hear
talk more
of
too.
your story and everything you're working on in Cameroon with the gyms and everything you're doing there. I want to talk about all of that.
Yes, I will definitely be back.
All right, come on back next time.
Yo, give it up one
Francis
time.
Ngnannou.
Good luck.
Francis Ngnannou. February 17th.
Yup, ESPN.